What is up, my pizzas? Cory Vincent here, and this is a new episode of Videogame BANG, brought to you by the good people of Oblivion Comics and Coffee. Come for the comics, stay for that coffee. Joined with us, as always, is the man, the real David Webb.
What's going on, everybody? Happy to be here.
Are you happy to be here?
I am happy to be here.
Why did you feel the need to tell everybody that? I mean, I think they assume you're happy to be here if you show up here willingly.
There's been some doubts, and so I just wanted to reassure everybody that I am happy to be here.
That one was for all the haters?
As for all the haters out there,
okay.
That haterade.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Joining us back, he is he's always just so cool. I feel so much cooler just knowing him.
You already did my intro, Cory.
Curtis Fisher, what's up?
I didn't know that I was that cool, and I didn't know that David Webb thought he was that cool, but he is. I just didn't know that he felt that way.
Well, did you know that I measure someone's cool factor by Prince facts?
Oh,
the amount of Prince factors. That would make you the coolest person I know.
I have never been so uncool before as I am in this moment now. Damn, I felt it.
I might even be a little bit cooler than David Webb right now.
And you heard her voice. She definitely is cooler than all three of us put together. Madison, what's up?
Hi. I was wondering, could you say come for the coffee, stay for the comics? Like,
well, I can't. I contractually can't. They made me sign something and everything when I start. You just breached our contract, Madison. Thank you.
So this is the last show.
Now we're gonna
yeah.
lose the show to Oblivion. They're gonna
but
sue
I
us.
really like them.
We all really like them. And when's the last time? Oh, we went there together.
Yeah. It's been a little while. I miss going actually.
Yeah.
I've been too busy. I usually go on the Pokemon Go. Their monthly.
Ooh, have you been doing those?
Days. No, I haven't been doing them since Squirtle.
Wait, what? That you're I feel like you guys are helped bring me and my wife back into it, and now we can't let you go away. You're not even been returning my presents.
Well, I was crazy involved in trying to hatch all those eggs. I did not get a Kangaskhan, but I got a Mr. Mime.
Oh, okay.
All I need is Kangaskhan, and I have completed the whole 151.
Okay. I guess you really have fallen behind because I already have the 151.
You suck. Yeah, I have fallen behind.
You got to go out for the new one. The next community day is what's the guy's name? Beldan?
Yeah, well, hit us up, all right?
Okay, fine.
Because we'll make it a priority. My husband especially will make it a priority if it's to be hanging out with you guys.
Well, you just said that he likes us more than you, so that's offensive.
Oh, no. It's not that he likes you guys more than me. It's that, like, he ultimately has a say in what becomes prioritized for family outings.
I can see that. He's a very even-mannered man. I think you'd get him doing crazy stuff. I'd trust that dude.
Yeah, no, like, I go out and I find the fun things to do, and he kind of weighs, can we not? Or, if it works out.
Yeah. So it has been a minute since we've had you on the show. We've much needed a little bit of World of Warcraft expertise, which I think you have plenty of.
Yes.
Can you talk about, because you've been streaming again, what was your take as an avid hardcore WoW person? Was it good or bad?
What?
The new expansion.
Oh, I like it quite a bit. It's gotten me thoroughly sucked in. I'm actually feeling a bit guilty right now because I've got all these cross stitches I need to be making, but then I also feel this need to get all these daily quests done so that I can work on getting better gear and all the junk.
So what did they do to pull you in? Is it just what did they add that's bringing people back and making them happy?
I think for players like me in specific, it's a PvP. They've really beefed up their PvP, especially their world PvP systems in the game. In the past, there hasn't been. I don't personally feel like I've not been that into the PvP lately. I think my biggest thing is that I had to get over the loss of being able to twink with some of the best gear.
Please explain that, because for the uninitiated, that sounds very dirty.
It is a little weird, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not gonna. If someone asked me, "Hey, you want to get on WoW and twink?" I'm gonna say no. Just by principle, I don't even know what it means.
Normally, people wouldn't say that. So twink. Is,
Thank you for the clarification.
A twink is
Idiot.
like.
I know.
I mean, this is really super old school World of Warcraft like lingo, because they don't even exist anymore. There aren't really any
What is
more.
that? Is it like a Smurf?
What's a Smurf?
So it's like in Overwatch, I'm a plat level player, and then if I have another account where I just play with bronzes or something like that,
that's carried over from League of Legends. No, not quite like that. So a twink is it's kind of like a Smurf. It's another character. You've got a main character. A twink is a character. Back in the day, Battlegrounds wouldn't give you experience, and so you would level a character to like a certain bracket. Also, there were certain brackets. So level 20 to 29 was the 20s bracket. Level 30 to 39 was the 30s bracket. Level 40 to 49, which was where I was at, it was the 40s bracket. So you'd get to like level 40, and then you just start grinding for the best possible gear you could wear at level 49 for PvP.
Okay.
And then you would go into Battlegrounds and you would destroy.
So it's kind of a cheap tactic.
Not really, because it was more fun when you would actually go up against other twinks.
Wow. This is Smurfs and Twinks. I think we have a candidate for name of the episode.
Isn't there like bears?
No. Moving
Bears beats
right
Battlestar Galactica
along. You know what segment we haven't had in a while?
What's that?
Yeah. Check me out, girl. It's time. It's back. It was gone for a minute. Now it's back. Get up in it. Yeah. 3, 2, 1, hit it.
Brain Bang! You follow us on Twitter, vote, that's it, man! We wanna know what questions are asked on Brain Bang!
That is the Brain Bang theme song. It is back, everybody.
I kind of missed that one.
Well, since it was gone for so long, we had to do the extended version.
Indeed.
So basically, I don't know if Curtis, have you ever been on here for a Brain Bang?
I have been on here for a Brain Bang before,
man.
but we haven't yet. Not for a long time.
Count
I feel
yourself.
like I've heard that before myself, but I don't remember.
Count yourself blessed, everybody, because it is back, and it's gonna have a little Call of Duty flair on it. Because I know you love Blizzard games, right? You're getting this one, right?
I do.
Of course, you're gonna get. Okay.
No.
Well, you're not? Okay, we'll get to that. We'll get to that in a second, because I'm genuinely doing a little research for a friend. Which mode in Black Ops 4 are you going to play the most? So this was a wide assortment of gamers. We had over 7,000 votes, believe it or not. 7,000. Thank you, guys. And the options were, of course, the new Battle Royale Blackout mode. There was standard multiplayer, which I just threw into a big bucket. That's your multiplayer. That's your domination, your deathmatch, all that fun stuff. Or zombies. And so we asked everybody. I know, David, you're getting the game, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Which mode do you envision yourself spending the most time on?
Battle Royale.
You think so?
Yeah.
Everybody does Battle Royale anymore.
Well, no, just because. So, little thing about me: zombies freak me the fuck out. They freak me out.
Really?
They do. Like, there was a time when, like, because I used to be really into it, and then my overactive imagination kicked in, and I would lie in bed awake at night planning, like, okay, if a zombie attack happened, and they came in through this window, I can go out that door, I could stand this into their head. Like, I would plan it out, so for zombies freak me the fuck out. I'm not good at PvP, like traditional Call of Duty PvP, so Battle Royale is.
You know,
where it's
it's
gonna be
more
at.
likely to be like a robot attack or invasion. that
Yeah,
ends the world.
I know.
right?
Something about that doesn't freak me out though. I'll probably just be like, yeah, okay, I'll be a part of you.
I've honestly always been okay with the
You'll
idea of
assimilate
Skynet.
so fast. You'll be like, assimilate
hang
me,
on.
robot overlord.
Robotic arms and legs. Done.
Yep.
I
Absolutely.
just imagine over the TV, the airwaves, it comes in. America's being attacked by aliens. Webb, the first thing he does is grabs the tinfoil, starts wrapping it around his arms. Honey, this is life now.
We are prepared for this.
Yeah.
We need to blend in and assimilate.
Yep. You gotta wrap it around your head. But you know what? They're not reading my thoughts.
Yeah.
Faraday cage right here, right around my dome.
It'd be like The Walking Dead when they like cover themselves in like dead flesh so they can blend in.
Yep.
Just cover myself in foil so I blend in. I start walking robotically.
Is that would be Tin Face? That's not good humor right there.
Wow.
In face.
Wow.
That'd be Tin Face.
Well, when that's established, our cross
Yeah,
bridge.
that's what's gonna happen. The
then.
robots will come in on you doing that. And they're gonna say, "This is just incredibly racist."
This is distasteful.
You're actually the first one.
You're the first.
Yeah. Oh, robot racism. I
Who's your
guess
favorite
another-
robot?
my favorite robot,
Yeah.
Johnny Five.
Johnny Five's pretty cool. What about Tin Man?
Wait, Tin Man.
He's a robot.
And the Wizard
He's
of Oz?
not a robot.
He is totally
No,
a robot.
He doesn't
No.
have mechanics.
He was exposed to some radioactive material when he went into space on the space station mission, and his skin was turned into tin.
I don't think. Is that really? Is that
Yeah.
canon?
Is that
That's
what
canon.
that's what it says?
Because that was too good, I think, for him to make up on the spot.
No, it was the origin story for Fantastic Four.
Damn it.
Got him.
I feel like I don't know, because he was made out of magic.
GLaDOS is pretty cool too, though.
Yeah, she's dope. There's too many to choose from.
There's
What was,
so many good ones.
what was the Jetsons made?
oh,
Rosie.
Rosie.
She
I
was
love
sassy. She was a badass robot. I remember as a kid, like that's what I wanted was a Rosie.
So snarky.
Yeah, snarky and cool. All right, where the hell were we? We were talking about. What are you doing, Madison? Are you derailing?
What part of Call of Duty you're gonna play the most? Bring
So
us back.
you said Battle Royale.
Yeah.
Curtis, what about you? What?
None of it, because I don't play these types of games.
Okay, hypothetically.
Hypothetically.
Some gun to your head, you have to play this game.
Okay.
Topical. Call of Duty.
What are you playing?
Pull the trigger.
What?
I mean, life's
Damn.
been pretty good, you know.
Dang.
33, I've seen quite a bit.
Jeez.
You know?
All right.
You know
I've
what?
been married.
That would be Emma's answer too.
Yeah.
No problem.
Spirit-
No, let's. Okay, so what are my options?
Battle Royale mode.
Okay. Okay.
Like that's you
Yeah.
know obviously.
Is there a
not that.
story mode?
No, they actually completely neglected story mode.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's not that I didn't put it on the list; it doesn't exist.
Okay.
So it's Battle Royale standard multiplayer, which is your seek and destroys,
Yeah.
all those, or the zombie modes.
Dang it. Okay, so opposite of Webb, I am a complete fan of zombies. They are like my favorite creatures. Vampires, I'm okay with, but
Yeah,
I love zombies.
yeah.
Now, with that said, I don't get a lot. Oh no, I can't say that. I played tons of Resident Evil. I'm gonna go with multiplayer. I always like co-op stuff and to be like doing stuff with other people. I like synchronization. Okay, hey, you take that side, I take this side. So I'll say the multiplayer.
All right. Interesting. You went. I did not expect that. I'll be completely honest. Madison, what would you choose?
Story mode DLC.
You would of all those modes, you'd rather pay money
For story mode.
for a story mode.
What's the thing in Star Trek when it's a no-win scenario?
Oh, I forgot.
You know what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah.
Well,
you guys know.
the people did decide with 20%, the least popular, and this surprised me, is standard multiplayer.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, that's like the whole thing, all the esports of it. Like
Yeah.
when I got any Call of Duty, I didn't play for any campaign, even when it did exist. It
Right.
was all just about getting on with your friends and
Right.
battling.
I
Okay.
think that says a lot about the state of our world right now.
I think it does. You're right. Second place, 25% of the votes was zombies. Super low. I didn't
Wow.
expect 55% to go Blackout Battle Royale mode.
Oh, I'm surprised it wasn't higher.
Over half?
Yeah,
For a
because-
mode that never existed before?
But and this is, I bet you anything, this is bringing in people who probably have never put their hands on a Call of Duty game before, but they heard Battle Royale, they're like, I'm in.
I think you're right. I think
Likely.
it's maybe a sign that this is going to be a really successful Call of Duty for the fact that they're already people who buy Call of Duties are going to buy Call of Duties. Yeah. I don't think they even most of them care or like watch the trailers like we do at E3. No. They just know when the next Call of Duty comes out, that's what you get. I'm spending money on it. So I think you already have those people captured. Now with this Battle Royale, in the peak of Battle Royales when you had, all the ninjas and the King Richards and everybody playing those, building the hype up. So now you have some Fortnite players, some of this, some of that, and they're all getting it too. Yeah. And it's just too hot right now. These Battle Royale, man.
It's the hotness. It's the wave. Everybody's riding it. I mean, and as long as they make it engaging, then people are going to keep rocking with it.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Madison, you said you're not going to get this game. What's the reason?
What game?
Call of Duty.
Oh, too many games, too little time.
So which ones are you looking forward to this year?
I am purchasing one game this year. I'm broke as a joke because I just bought a house. And it's going to be...
going to rhyme at the end.
I know. You kind of missed an opportunity there.
Joke, I just bought a house.
I almost switched my pre-order to Red Dead, but it is going to be Pokemon.
You're siding with Pokemon over Red Dead?
Over Red Dead and Fallout 76 and...
Dang.
Smash? Are you interested in Smash?
I mean, yeah, but I'm really just getting one game this year, and it's gonna be Pokemon. If I get more games, it'll depend on where I am at with time and whatnot. I might just have to wait for a lot of the games that I really want to play to go on sale.
What is what's drawing you to Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee?
So the major scale tipper for me is because I have a 3-year-old son who'd really be into it too.
Nice.
Okay, you're going with the fam. That's the good choice. I wasn't even thinking. I'm over here saying, get the cowboy murder game.
Yeah. No, dude, I want the murder games. Don't get me wrong. The murder games, especially the cowboy murder game, really gets me going. But I have a 3-year-old, and it's really hard for me to play console games with him around. Like, I'd have to wait till he's gone to bed. And I already used that time to play World of Warcraft uninterrupted. So. All
right, that makes sense. Are there any special features you're looking forward to most in Pokemon Let's Go?
I haven't paid the closest attention. I've been looking at a few of them, but I think maybe the little Pokemon Go
Oh, so you're going to get
thing.
Yeah,
I'm going to get one of those for it. There are a few other things that look interesting. Like, I like that it's got the Pokemon Go blendability. Both games are going to be working really well together, I hope.
So I'm thinking hopefully that they're introducing like a battle system to Let's Go. Can you imagine if that could cross over to Pokemon just regular Go? If I run into you in the streets and we lock eyes and we have to battle?
That's so dope.
That would be
Birdcatcher
great.
Madison wants to battle.
Because I don't feel like the current Pokemon Go, I love it and everything. Like throwing the ball is fun, and that's actually coming to the Switch and everything. Like you're not just going to get random encounters in the bushes anymore. When you're walking, you'll actually see the Pokemon on the screen. So they're cutting that.
So it looks kind of like, okay, have you played any of the more recent Pokemon DS games?
I played the Alola one.
Yeah, it looks kind of like they're mirroring the older Pokemon or the newer old Pokemon DS games. Because I kind of have this feeling that Nintendo might retire their DS entirely in favor of the Switch.
Probably. I don't see them. They'll probably keep the 2DS as a budget. They just revamped that. But I could see them doing that because why support 2 different handhelds when you can just bring on, you can resell the 3DS games in the Nintendo eShop as to make so people who played them before are going to want to play them again and buy them again, so you're going to make the money again. That just makes sense.
And to be honest, the Switch is not that expensive compared to some of those high-end DSs.
It's a really
it's
great
about the same
system,
price.
though. I love it. I haven't played it too much lately, but when I think about what system am I taking to Grandma's house,
Switch every time. That's a good choice. That's a good choice. I think Red Dead is definitely the one I'm most interested in. I am going to pick up
dude,
Call
it
of Duty
looks
though.
so dope.
So here's the question though: are you gonna play Red Dead differently after watching Westworld?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
But like I said, that like they've done so much in those stories to make it to where like even if you think you're doing the right thing, you do the wrong thing.
Right.
Like the guy who
That's
was
true.
changing his horse's shoe, and he said something nice to him. It startled the horse, and the horse kicked the dude in the head, the NPC, and killed him.
He's dead.
If you're in Westworld, you just murdered a dude.
All of a sudden, you see this quest has failed. This quest. Has
Yeah,
failed.
no way. All right, here we go.
I love Red Dead though. I forget this stuff.
Webb's telling the news.
Oh, yes.
That is, of course, the news segment for. You seem confused, Madison. Do people not just randomly go into song when you hang out at other people's houses? No? I'm glad we can do that for you. I'm glad we're those friends.
Fantastic.
David, what is in the news?
All right. So first off, let's talk about. We're not going to talk about gaming news right off the bat. We are going to talk about James Gunn news right off the bat.
Oh,
We got to get this out of the way.
let's get it out of the way.
This is big.
Yep.
So James Gunn, if you guys have been living under a rock, he was like pretty integral in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He wrote and directed, I believe, Guardians 1 and 2. And then he was fired leading
because of
into
his
Guardians.
Is because of
pedophile tweets.
yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a lot of bad ones.
He had a lot of bad tweets. And
Pedophile ones were the worst.
Yeah, easily.
So we are now getting news, and it's actually been confirmed by Warner Brothers that James Gunn has been taken on as the writer and possible director for Suicide Squad 2,
Okay.
which is interesting. I'm curious. So part of the news is that they're giving him basically a new take on the property. So
Wait, so they're doing a Suicide Squad 2, but it's not going to be anything like Suicide Squad 1.
I
mean,
Probably.
Suicide Squad 1 was already pretty bad,
So this is probably a
so
good
maybe-
idea.
Yeah, maybe it's okay. This
who
is
knows?
But
It could be like X-Men, and you'll just have a different Suicide Squad for every version of Suicide Squad.
Well, that's
They were
on par
interchangeable like that. That was kind of how it was in the comics. People would die, other people would come on.
yeah.
You know.
And it's on par with how DC has been running their movies anyway. So
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
I mean,
This
yeah.
is definitely a turn in the right direction.
I feel like
I think so.
I will go see this movie now. I'll
Oh,
just go
absolutely.
support it because I love the Guardians movies so much, and if it can be anything like that, I'll take the chance.
Well, and I mean, if you kind of think about it, there are a lot of similarities between the Guardians of the Galaxy and Suicide Squad.
Ensemble, yeah.
It's an ensemble.
Outcasts.
They're outcasts. They're renegades. But
they got to be lovable in the end.
But they're lovable at the end, and,
Right.
and then they kind of come around and do the semi-right thing,
Right.
their own style. So,
the anti-hero.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm like I said, I try to be impartisan. People like to say that I lean to the left, the Marvel, a little too much, while they hang out on the right with the DC.
Would Marvel be the left?
I have no idea.
Huh?
I don't know.
That's a topic for another.
It's a topic. We'll
That's
cover
after
that.
show.
That's a weekend bang.
I don't know. I think Marvel might be the left. You're right.
But regardless of where it's at, like, if you see, I'm really in the middle, so I'm happy for DC making a good move, and
Yeah.
more so the fans who are actually going to maybe get a good movie.
Yeah.
They could take the chance. I think it just sucks for Marvel. They should feel bad. Feel bad about yourself.
The one, I mean, I'll say this is an upside.
Disney, I should say.
Disney, yeah. I'll say this is an upside. Like, a loss in this case for Marvel is a win for the fans. Because DC was hurting, and I didn't take full pleasure in bashing them for making mistake after mistake and firing director after director and all these false starts for the Flash movie and all this other stuff. But, for Marvel to lose James Gunn, for him to be able to go over to DC, I'll tell you this, there was no way in a hot hell that DC was going to get my money for Suicide Squad 2. They weren't going to get it. Now they got it. Easy. I'm going to go see it. So maybe Marvel lost with James Gunn, but they got enough people to like soak that up. But we won by having him go over here. And the interesting thing is Marvel, as far as they let him go, they constricted him. I mean, I hate to say this, I'm paired together, but we can obviously see from his tweets how far he's willing to push things until it's inappropriate. He knows better now. So now he gets to go over DC where they're like, look, we are in purgatory. We don't care what you do. Just don't make it as bad as the tweets and you're good.
Yeah.
So we might see him get to go further than what Disney even, or Marvel even let him do. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Is it going to be as good as Heath Ledger's Joker, though?
Probably not. Probably nothing ever will be
in the world.
But hey, if we can get even something that's 2 notches below that really helps us with as bad as DC has been.
There was an interesting tweet from Dave Bautista.
Yes, I was going to talk about that.
He came out and said, "Where do I sign up?"
Who would he play?
That's a good question.
Bautista. A lot of people were saying Solomon Grundy.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
I don't know who that is.
And he could do a Scooby-Doo crossover
on a Monday. Yeah, then he could. Which I think Bautista would kill Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, he would. I think he can do anything, man.
Me too. I mean, like after Drax and seeing him have that type of humor, he totally could.
He'd be a great Solomon Grundy.
Totally.
Or the opposite of Superman, Bizarro.
Oh, dude, he'd be awesome. Bizarro too.
Yeah.
That'd be raw. Too bad they don't have a Superman anymore.
Oh,
technically.
No, they have Michael B. Jordan.
So they've got a super Njidaka. Super Killmonger.
I said before, I really want them to do that, and then just like not even address it. Like not even address that it's not capital. It's just they just keep going on like it's
nothing.
It's normal. Hey, you guys, remember when I fought those demons last time? That was really fun.
What?
What else we got?
All right, so you know what? Let's talk about Fallout 76. So
Please.
really hyped for that.
Yeah.
And one thing that's iconic about Fallout that people were questioning is the VAT system. How is VATs going to work, or is it even going to be in the game? So it is going to be in the game, and we have a preview of how it's going to kind of work. So when there are no hostiles in the area, VATs is not going to activate, just like it does in...
That's standard, yeah.
Standard, right? But when one hostile is present, everyone in range, friend, foe, neutral, will appear in VATs. So you can turn on pacifist mode. Like by default, it's on. And that means like you can... So VATs is going to target like people on your team. Pacifist mode won't incur damage on them, but it will just waste your ammo. Like it still counts as shooting. So you gotta you gotta take a minute to really target who you want to.
But what happens to the other player when it pauses? Like if me and you are staring at each other and I VATS,
right?
It usually like freezes everything. So I could say I want to hit David in the face, and then I'm gonna go make a sandwich, and I'll come back, and then I'll hit him in the arm. Like
I'm gonna assume. So we can't go into specifics of how that works, but I'm going to assume that's probably just not going to be there.
Okay.
Instead, it's going to be.
It's going to probably work a little differently.
It's going to look a little differently. It's going to go real time, but you're going to see the arm, 75%, or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And honestly, like it doesn't just pause it in VATS; it just slows.
It does
time
really slow it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like you could, and also I think there's like a time limit on how long you could stay in VATS before it runs out, right?
Yeah.
At least there was with Deadeye and Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
So.
So the other part of it too is firing on somebody who has not engaged does very minimal damage. So you gotta wait for them to fire back, or like have fired and then you fire.
Okay.
For it to actually.
This is scaring me. This is how I thought the game would be ruined, was just in these little details. Because it's not going to... Everything that's a step away from the source material of Fallout 3, New Vegas, and 4, and all the the new generation of them.
Right.
It's like a ding against it in my eyes.
Most important question, though, are you guys getting it?
Probably.
Okay, because I might consider getting it if I can play with you guys.
I want to, but I'm scared. Like,
yeah.
I did read a review of someone who said that like it was pretty darn empty when they played, but it could be that they're on an advanced,
like I'd want a
beta
pretty
server.
solid group of friends that I could play with, because like as it stands in World of Warcraft, I do a lot of the content solo. And I pug for a lot of stuff. And it's really boring.
Yeah.
That. You, I heard, tried it and then didn't finish.
Oh
didn't
yeah, we
follow
did.
through.
Webb was getting into WoW for a minute.
I was, and I liked it. I just didn't know if I wanted to pull the trigger and make that monthly commitment. And various reasons, but the number one reason is like there are so many other games I keep hopping back and forth.
Oh yeah,
that
of course.
It
Like,
could be like I don't play WoW for like a month, and then I'm paying
and
for
it's a huge time sink too. Like you
Yeah.
want to spend that time on it if
I
you
was, like,
want to be getting
I was
the right
limiting myself.
gear.
I was like, I'm only gonna play this for like this amount of hours, and then like once it was like 2 hours, I was like, all right, that's it, quit the game. Like, because
Yeah.
I know, like I realized it was 2 p.m. the next day, and I had left for work. So,
So what else we got in the news?
all right. So, Netflix. So I don't know if we talked about it on the show, but Netflix is getting a Witcher series.
I was
Yeah.
reading that and
We
that
may have
sounded
talked about
really
this, yeah,
We
a
exciting.
while
talked
ago.
about it, and they casted Superman.
Speaking of, yeah. So now the 2 female leads have been casted. I haven't played Witcher, so somebody who has may need to help me with
Siri.
this. Siri, nailed it.
Just
And
like the iPhone.
just
robot.
like the iPhone. And then is this Yennefer?
Yeah, Yennefer.
Boom, nailed it.
Nice.
I love how she even put the accent on it. Yeah,
Yennefer. I was just
Said
saying
it-
Jennifer, but without the
Madison just said it like a Norse goddess.
Yennefer. Yeah. So we're gonna have Freya Allen, who's been in the War of the Worlds. Bluebird is gonna be Ciri, and then Anya. Their actual names are harder. Anya Shalatra. Nailed it.
Anya.
Anya.
Yeah.
I got that part. It's the second part that's.
Oh my god,
tripping me
you're
up.
killing me right now.
She's been in Wonderlist and the ABC Mirrors is going to be Yennefer.
The only thing I saw, which I think is valid if this is true, but the one who's playing his love interest
Yeah.
looks really, really young. I guess the character is like an 18-year-old or something like that, and then this actress they casted looks.
Wait, who
Very,
do you think
very
is his love interest?
If you're looking,
Cersei.
No.
at the images here,
No, Ciri is his daughter. Yennefer's his love interest.
which one? The one with the dark hair?
Yeah, Yennefer.
That's his girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one. She looks super duper young, and what's his name looks like 40-year-old older.
I
yeah,
hate
girl,
that
yeah.
about Hollywood. That is a huge issue with Hollywood, and female actresses in Hollywood don't like it anymore either. Like, they don't really like it that much either. It's a really big deal. They are constantly casting 18 to 24-year-old girls as the love interests of 50 and 60-year-old men, like 40 and upwards. And it's like...
But when does this take place? Like, what time period is this? Because I don't really know anything about Witcher.
This is just an issue with Hollywood movies in general. Like, a lot of the stuff that goes on with castings, it's a casting issue, and it's so gross. And the women who get cast this way don't like it that much either.
So is it like an issue? It's an issue with.
It's a
like, the
sexist
story?
issue. It's a sexist issue of the way that the Hollywood industry is run, and casting really, really young women to play the love interests of older men. And they don't for some reason want to cast more age appropriate realistic couples, like women who are more the men's age.
Interesting. Yeah.
It's one of those things I just never notice when I watch movies. I'm so
Yeah,
oblivious.
No,
I don't,
it
movies
happens
are
a
not
lot.
my
That if
jam.
you watch
Typical
movies,
man.
if you digest them a little more, if you pay attention a little more, you'll notice it more
Right.
and more and more. That there
I just
is a
always notice it
good
in Woody
20
Allen
years
movies.
difference
Well, that's-
in
Woody
most
Allen
of.
movies.
That was
Oh, yeah,
on
Woody
screen
Allen is-
and
But I
off.
thought that was
Woody-
like a known thing.
You know,
with
there's
Woody
a
Allen.
lot of issues with Woody Allen
Yeah.
already, though.
Yeah.
That gross, lecherous old man is. I'm so glad it's his era in Hollywood is over. I like Wes Anderson a lot more.
right.
He's like a lot better version of Woody
It's
Allen.
like having Emma on.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're taking us. I mean, it's good places,
It's
but we
good
got to stay
stuff,
on track
yeah.
just a little bit.
Going back to The Witcher.
Witcher, yes.
Rewind a little bit. So I wanted to put this in here because I know that this is going to be an issue, and they're flat out warning us. This is going to be an adaptation of the Witcher world. So it's not going to be like go specifically based on the game. It's going to have similar character or the same characters, but it's going to be done in a different way. And in fact, the writer was saying that she like completely stopped playing the games. Okay. Like she like kind of took her hands off because the showrunner, sorry, not the writer, because she wanted to make sure that she wasn't having too much influence from the games into it.
Right, and to her adaptation. Yeah. Makes sense.
That's kind of interesting.
So which one was that? Ciri or Yennefer?
The one with the darker hair.
Yennefer? Yeah.
Interesting. She just looks so young.
Yennefer's an interesting character. I like her a lot. I like both series.
Are you excited about this series? Since
I didn't even know it was existing until I was reading over his shoulder shortly before this segment began.
So you are the perfect candidate. I am telling you today, Madison, that there is going to be a Witcher show on Netflix starring the guy who plays Superman.
I'm going to watch it. I don't care who the dude who plays Superman is, but I'm going to watch it because I love The Witcher. Like, I know some real... Like, I played that game so much. I actually, like, I exploited a few bugs so that I had, like, some really cool endings that... some people, like, unless you exploited the bugs, you wouldn't get.
So is this going to be, what do you think? Okay, so you also know more about the story than any of us. And I've always thought, like, I had an old coworker, like, oh man, so many jobs ago. He was the first guy from New Zealand who came, he was really into The Witcher. Only dude I'd ever heard talk about it at that point because it was only on the PC for a long time. And I knew all these console plebes at the time. So he's, like, talking about collecting these fairy cards, and each one is, like, a topless woman. And like I guess it's like just a part of the game, like very much nudity type Game of Thrones thing. So
there is a lot of that going on in the game. Yeah, it is actually when I didn't play any of the old school Witchers. I did try to play a little bit of The Witcher 2 because they gave it for free on Xbox Live before Witcher 3 came out way back in the day, and I couldn't get into it because there's such a big jump in the quality of game between Witcher 2 and Witcher 3. But that doesn't mean Witcher 2 is bad. If you know what I mean. Yeah. They're just kind of like, it's like playing Red Dead Revolver versus Red Dead Redemption.
How dirty do they get with like the nudity in that game? Is it just like
they get pretty dirty. Like you have sex on top of a stuffed dead unicorn. Like
that meme was going around. If you guys remember that meme of Geralt like naked in the tub, and then there was the one with the unicorn.
Yeah, and I don't mean like a stuffed animal cartoony unicorn, but I mean like it's supposed to be a unicorn, but it's dead and it's stuffed. Yeah, like you would stuff a I don't know,
a dead unicorn.
Jaguar.
Yeah, jaguar. Like you would stuff any kind of like big game hunt.
So do we think Cavill's going full frontal? That's the question on everyone's mind.
I'm gonna say absolutely.
I hope so.
It's all going to be CGI, though.
CGI.
Oh. Wait, you mean they're going to CGI the hair off?
But
right?
yeah. I
no. I had to. Dang, he went there.
Still look like the Band-Aid.
Oh, gosh, my husband. Did you read what my husband just wrote?
Oh, wow.
Madison, actually, that's a perfect segue, because if you are listening to the show on the podcast, we do this in Twitch stream. So what she's referring to is her husband is in chat, and he says, I'd stuff a unicorn. Whatever that means. We'll let you guys decide at home. But if you guys listen to the show on iTunes, you can hang out with us on twitch.tv/videogame_bang every Wednesday and Saturday night. And then I've been doing extra streams throughout the week where I actually show you behind the scenes. We do post-production of the show. I can teach you some tips and tricks if you want to start a podcast of your own. And then also for those who are already here in the Twitch chat, like Lost Sheep and Jay Slaughter, and who do we have? K9 Fang,
Sergeant
Squiggy in the chat. This is a podcast, so you could go and find us anywhere podcasts are found. Spotify even has us on there. iTunes, Skull Crusher, Candy Stone, all those ones.
Crush?
And Candy Crush, they just dropped us. Yeah, they had a younger demographic of unicorns. So, yeah. But yeah, you can go there, and what's important, and you guys have been doing this the last couple weeks, and it blows my mind, and I'm so thankful. And if more of you can do it, I'll be even more thankful. It's the rating. If you give us 5 stars and a short rating just saying that the show's good, that helps more people discover the show, and it helps us gain in popularity so that we'll sell out for more money, and the show will be ruined forever. Thank you for that segue.
What
though,
happens when you get more money? It's ruined forever.
Oh, I'm gonna sell out so fast.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
dude.
gonna say though before, what I was gonna say about The Witcher was that when I very first played it, I very much so got a Game of Thrones vibe in like my first 25 minutes of my hour play of it, like back before it came out. And as soon as it came out, as soon as I played that, I was just like, I'm gonna play this game. So I've been obsessed with it since.
All right, what else we got, David Webb?
Speaking of being obsessed, a popular Fortnite skin dropped today with the new patch, and it was causing quite a rift in the internet.
I missed this, and I saw you sent a message about it, but explain it.
So the skin's the Skull Trooper skin, and it's basically Fortnite's like most iconic skin. It dropped during the first Halloween event of Battle Royale. Battle Royale had been around for like maybe a few weeks, a month or so. They did the Halloween, and this was on it. And since then, it's become this like game icon. Like if you have this
it's
skin,
status. That's what it's about.
It's a status symbol. It was there for Halloween, and then it went away. So if you have this skin, then you're an OG. Right?
Okay, yeah.
So when they haven't released it since then, and now with this current drop, this current patch, this new season, they've dropped it.
They brought it back.
They brought it back, and people are pissed.
I'm actually really, really glad they did that because, like, as I said, it's a status thing, and Fortnite was totally like, your status.
There's probably some truth in that. Like,
yeah,
you have two sides. You have the elitist group who've been playing since the first Halloween, or you have been playing since beta.
Right.
You always get those guys. So you have those who have the status symbol that makes them feel more than everyone else.
Right.
And Madison seems to be infatuated with the idea that now
honestly,
you're not so special, bitch.
From what I understand about Fortnite is that is the entire premise of that game, because you can play hundreds of rounds, and it's all luck based until you get to the final 2.
I mean, there's a little more skill than that, but people say what they say. Everyone who, if it's not your game, you think it's easy, but if you play the game, it's difficult. I'll give them that, but I think the community itself is definitely toxic and can get you. They could stand to get knocked down a peg.
I really, really enjoyed kicking them off of the consoles on the that PlayStation bus. That was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
I was at the air show and we were showing off a few games there for Sony PlayStation, and kids would come in and they would go into the settings on the consoles that were set up for specific games and try to switch it over to Fortnite. But these consoles weren't connected to the internet, so they wouldn't be able to connect to the game, and they'd be like, "Can you help me? Can you help me?" And I'd be like, "Well, first of all, we're not playing Fortnite."
Kids are stupid. Don't even know how the internet works.
So,
it was awesome.
So the thing though is, there's a couple of things why people need to just kind of pump their brakes for a second before they get too bad. It is a clear upgrade. It does look very different than the original. It has the same basic theme, but it's an upgrade. They also announced a female version called Skull Ranger.
Nice.
So they did something though for people who have already bought the skin. So if you buy the skin and you haven't had it before, then you can go white and black, or you can go green and black, where the skeleton's green and then the rest of it's black. If you've bought the skin already, then you have an additional option to go purple and black.
Okay, so there's still, now they can just change it to purple. That's still cooler. That's a palette swap.
Then everybody's going to have it on purple.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to had the skin before.
Yeah,
exactly.
The OGs
All the
will
OGs
keep it
are
on
going to
purple.
go purple. They're going to call themselves the Royal Pumpkins. No.
That's a good name. I think you might have just started something.
But yeah,
God.
so I tweeted out today because I saw a lot of people that I follow on Twitter and Instagram, like they were complaining about it. My thing with it is I can understand why people would be upset, but at the same time, it's not like this is unheard of. Like I was talking to somebody on Twitter and I was comparing it to Overwatch. Overwatch does that. You have a unique legendary skin that is out for Halloween, and then it goes away, and then the next Halloween, it's available. There's newer skins, but then you can buy the one that you missed. So
These aren't new concepts.
Yeah.
It's not new, so I don't know why they were getting so...
I mean, has
up in
anybody
arms
played,
about
like, Neopets or Gaia Online? Like, those are, like, the OGs of microtransactions.
Well, Pokemon Go, that's all the thing is based off of. Is like
Pokemon
these rare...
Go recently came out.
But there's like... I know, but I'm saying, like, this game pretty much built its, like, core audience off of exclusivity.
Yeah.
Because there was a Pikachu hat for 2 weeks that had a baseball hat on sideways.
Right.
And if you didn't get it, like... You're fucked.
Yep.
Like you could see someone else. You can go look at my Pokédex.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't get that sideways hat.
Now
You have to go into it and put it on to get it, right?
No. You could only have caught a Pikachu with a sideways baseball cap on like for the last 2 weeks, but it's gone, and you just missed out.
Oh no, I think I did get that.
Okay. Well, I wish you didn't, because then I could have status over you.
That's okay. Next Halloween,
Those were
they're gonna
everywhere.
release it
I
again.
know they were, but like if
I
you
don't
were
have
gone
one.
or didn't play the game for that 2 weeks, it's gone, and now the only way to get it is a trade, and you always want that thing you don't have.
Oh, dude, I showed you that Snorlax I traded with my husband, right?
Mm-hmm. The
Because
100.
you could only trade. You looked at what it took to get one of those lucky Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
It was only during a certain window of time was which you had to have that Pokemon, and that one was the best one we had from that window.
See, it's all about that exclusivity, and Pokemon does it so good. They're like trading cards almost, and it's
Isn't
Oh,
that-
dude,
what a
the
concept.
trading cards.
I know.
The trading cards. I'm sorry, the trading cards are the original microtransactions.
I'm
Yeah, straight up.
I'm sure there was stuff back in the caveman days, like rocks. I have a green rock that's the shape of a triangle, bitch. Yeah, you don't.
Those assholes.
No, you did. I saw you
Can I
over there
have one?
whittling your rock. This one's
I'm painting it with grass.
This one was made by nature. Those knockoff rocks.
Oh man. All right. So this next story, we're gonna take a dip into the console wars. So one of the big things, let me rephrase that. One of the things that divided PS4 and Xbox when it came to the online features was the ability to change your gamer tag on Xbox. You
I'm
always had the
so
ability.
looking forward to this.
You could change it once, then you had to pay for it. On PlayStation, if you didn't like your gamer tag anymore,
Too bad.
you make a new account.
This is okay. I have a story to tell about this.
Okay.
So I started working at GameStop, and I didn't have a PlayStation 3 yet, and I didn't get one until like about a year and a half, almost 2 years into working at GameStop. But I had met the Sony rep and got to get like the swag and stuff from doing the retail loyalty reward stuff they do for GameStop and Best Buy and whatnot employees. And so I made my PlayStation account, and I just gave it a stupid as fuck name that isn't associated with any of my other gamer tags. Like, you would not even think, oh, that's Madison, if you saw that name, because it is not associated with me.
It's like you telling that story is like being compared to a drunk person getting a tattoo they don't want.
Right?
Like you know, like it was the worst day of my life.
Right? So I made this stupid name thinking, oh,
No
I'll just
regrets.
change it later. I made this stupid name thinking I'll just change it later. And then when I got my PlayStation 3, I realized, oh, nope, this is my account for life. And I was like, oh, it's not that bad. It's just dumb, and it doesn't make any sense. Like, you wouldn't associate it with me like my normal gamer tags. You know how people have names like your What's Up Pizzas? So, like, I know if I see What's Up Pizzas on any of my gaming networks, that's Cory.
Did you ever? What was your first email? Do you guys remember? Like, did you guys have like a really embarrassing first email name or anything like that?
Mine was Snuggle Bunnies.
Wow. What possessed you to make Snuggle Bunny?
I was 11.
That's not a reason. That's not a reason.
I don't even remember I always had like super like introspective ones that I thought were like so serious, like no one with like K-N-O and then like one and then E-Y.
I mean, I don't have a problem saying it because it is so long gone. I haven't used that email since I was at least,
these first...
like,
I mean, hey, everybody's it's a rite of passage to have like a bad email or
it's got a
gamer
weird
tag.
extension, hopefully. Mine was Yahoo. Like, I think my first one was a Yahoo account.
Not a Rocket Mail.
No.
I think that the email that I had it on the website isn't even a website anymore. Like, it doesn't even exist.
It's probably gone under.
So.
Mine was Cory Rules 2000.
And his rules with a Z, right?
Yeah, RULZ.
Cory Rules.
At yahoo.com, baby.
No E, spelled with a Z.
What about you, David? Do you remember?
I remember one vaguely. I'm pretty sure it was Hotmail, and this was like when I got like really into like the beach and like beach vibes. And I really wanted to be a surfer, and so I think it was something like Surfer Guy 07.
Nice.
Yeah.
My second one, I remember.
But you didn't actually surf.
I had never surfed before at that point. No. But
I had another one, Lou Dog 03, because
That's
I was
not too
really
bad.
I was really into Sublime. My name wasn't Lou, so and that was it. Like when I go into the chat rooms too.
Yeah.
I was always Lou Dog, so everyone would always call me Lou. And I'm like, I'm not Lou, but
my
Sublime reference.
I remember my first gamer tag on Xbox was Charles Bartowski.
Oh yeah, I do
Chuck.
remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, and so like I remember playing Halo online, and I didn't have a mic or a headset or anything like that, and I'd play Halo, and like the people on the other team, like they're like looking at the gamer tags and stuff, and they'd be like, haha, guy's name is Charles Bartowski. It's from that show on NBC. Remember Chuck?
Chuck? Yeah.
I just did the laugh. I was like, yes.
Oh, good times.
And then I die. So Madison, your first mistake was not waiting until the year 2019 to get your PlayStation, because starting in 2019, you will be able to change your gamer tag on PlayStation. It's going to come out sooner than that, around the end of November of this year, for the PlayStation online like preview. So kind of like Xbox Insider.
I don't know.
kind of deal.
There's a lot of games I would have missed out on if I waited till 2019 to buy my
That's true,
PlayStation.
but you would be able to change your name. That's the key part.
That's the key right there.
That's
Could
the
you
key.
imagine if I never played The Last of Us?
Oh, what would you have become? Can you imagine how shitty life would have been if you had
been
played
the
that
Last
That's
of Us
the
to play
darkest
The Last
timeline right there.
That's the
game? Your life would have been a lot like mine, because I didn't play it, and it's the single biggest
You'd have
mistake.
You would have a beard right now, Madison.
Damn.
Oh man.
Not a minute passes, I don't think. Why didn't I play that game? Good call. Good call. So is it free or what? You
So,
said,
okay.
I mean, for what about the legacy users? Because you were saying in 2019. So now, since she bought her account all those years ago, she doesn't get a free change or anything.
No. That's when it's gonna be public. It's 2019.
Oh.
So they're testing it before now. But hang on, before you get too relaxed, there is gonna be a catch. I'll get to that at the end. It's suspense. So in the preview program, you're gonna be able to change it once for free, and then after that, it's gonna cost you money. So if you're not a PlayStation Plus member, it's gonna cost you $10.
Dang.
Or it's gonna cost you $5. Now they flat out tell you that you're probably gonna have problems with this, and it only works on select games. So any games published after April 1st, 2018, it's gonna be okay on. Select games before that, it's going to be okay on, like really popular games. Indie games, it's probably going to glitch.
Crap.
So they let you switch back to your original one. Again, first time free. You can only switch back once.
That's so weird how
That is
complicated
really
it is
weird.
for them to
And then-
be able to
I thought it was
switch
literally the flip of a switch.
Even more complicated, if you want, when you change it, you can keep your original gamer tag in like parentheses next to it. But or you could like choose to like opt out of that, but whichever choice you make, that's what it is. You don't get to just switch it off later.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's gonna end about 2018, and then the feature for everybody else is probably gonna be rolling out early 2019. It's not gonna work with all games or all consoles. PS3, PS Vita, probably not. Probably gonna have issues.
That is so crazy.
I had no idea it's gonna. Sony, what are you doing with yourself?
Well,
What
I
are
mean,
you
it
doing?
has to do with the changes in how they run their system, like the hardware, I guess.
There must be running,
the hardware and the software.
they must be
and
running
how it
Windows
blends
2000.
together between
Windows 98.
Yeah.
Windows 98
PS3
something.
and PS4 and Vita and Xperia Play.
It's
Yeah.
And the
almost
Xperia
like-
Play already has an F ton of messes.
It's like they gave
So many
you
messes.
They gave you the crossplay, but they're gonna slap you in the face with the name change.
Oh,
Right.
don't forget the PSP too, because that also used your.
Everybody forgot about the PSP.
Yep. Everybody forgot about the PSP, but that also used the PlayStation Sony network.
All right, that was a great show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, whether you're listening live or downloaded the show after the fact. Like we said before, please give us a rating. Give us that 4-star, 5 stars even. That would be excellent. The crew will be at TwitchCon coming up here. It's just coming up in a few weeks. And we also have some other announcements coming up pretty soon. You're not going to want to miss.
I got emails about working TwitchCon.
Are you going to do it?
No, I
Will
threw
you be
them
there
away.
too?
I threw them away.
Oh my gosh.
I have to work as a mom. I don't
Hey,
have time to work.
most difficult job in the world, they say.
MomCon.
That's what they say. MomCon.
Yeah, I'm doing MomCon.
MomCon 2019.
24/7.
Madison, you've been
Right.
streaming. What's your channel so people on Twitch, if they want to go give you a
it's
follow?
A Girl Keeps Secrets.
Ooh.
Like the
Mysterious.
quote from Jocko and Hagar when he first met Arya.
Ooh. I don't know what that
Game of
means. Oh, is that Game of Thrones thing?
Game of
I don't know.
Thrones.
Curtis,
Faceless.
when's the King's cast coming back?
As soon as I can finish my graphics, which is never because I'm always doing a million things, but I'm going to stream tomorrow. Even if I hit the button and all you see is black frame, I'm streaming tomorrow.
Hey.
Expect it to go live.
That's an
You might just hear
improvement.
audio.
Every day we get a little bit better.
Just a little bit.
I want to say that we miss our co-hosts Emma and Ivy. They should be back very soon. I believe we have Emma scheduled back on the show for Saturday. And Emma, if you're listening to this, we do have a surprise for you.
It's such a good surprise.
It's a surprise, and it's a token to show how much we actually missed your canter on the show. So make sure you give them a follow on social media at they're both Ivy Doom Kitty wherever you go. They're not both Ivy Doom Kitty, but they're both like their names. It's super simple on Twitter at Ivy Doom Kitty and at Emma Skies. Same on Instagram. You can get caught up on all the fun that they had in New York, which I'm sure they're going to come back and tell us all about. But besides that, that's our show, everybody. Thank you so much for taking a listen. For Curtis Fisher, David Webb, Madison, my name is Cory, saying you've just been bang.